At Cantina 1511, customers are quick to tell you their favorites.
Traditional enchiladas with a cheese sauce and rice and beans, and it's fantastic.
As soon as I walked in here, you knew what I wanted.
But sometimes they can't pronounce what they want.
Can I grab a menu? It's this one.
Camarones mojo y ajo.
Yeah, I can't say it, but it's delicious.
Ajo is garlic, so it's definitely got a heavy garlic flavor to it.
It's a dish that Chef Drew Ward learned to make after owner Frank Schiavelli went to Mexico and got the recipe. Here's Frank taking notes at a little Mexican cafe.
Start with garlic oil, actually.
For that mojo y ajo, shrimp are sautéed in a mixture of garlic oil along with lime juice and lots of butter.
Butter make better, that's what they used to say.
Then garlic chips are added.
They're very crispy, like basically a potato chip, but garlic.
The final dish is rich and garlicky, served with grilled asparagus and a giant onion.
All the flavors, I mean, they're really, really good. You don't even need to add salt or anything. It has great taste.
A lot of good dishes out of this trip.
Frank Schiavelli just got back from his third trip to Mexico. Chef Drew Ward also went, and now he's recreated some of the Mexican dishes they sampled, starting with a Mexican crab cake.
That's good texture.
Unlike American crab cakes, it has mushrooms.
There's actually a lot of mushrooms in Mexican cooking in the rainy season.
We have our mixture here of mushrooms and celery and jalapenos.
The mushrooms are blended with big chunks of crab and mayonnaise, flavored with red peppers. Piled into a mold, the crab cakes get a quick sear to brown, then into the oven. Crab cakes are served with a crispy salad that's made with roasted corn and Mexican vegetables.
You can see the mushrooms, on the sides.
I wouldn't change a thing about the crab cake.
Frank's culinary team agrees, so it's going on the menu.
This is not a bad gig.
Sit around, get fed.
Go to Mexico and eat food, and then come back in Charlotte and eat food.
Frank Schiavelli is on a mission to create authentic Mexican food. He says Cantina 1511 is definitely not like any other Mexican restaurant in town.
We're not Taco Bell. If that's sort of where your bar is, you're not going to like Cantina 1511. If you are someone who's a foodie, you're into food, you're going to notice the difference in what we make.
Cantina 1511 is very popular. Every dish very authentic. Even the salsa you dip in the chips is handmade.
99% of the Mexican restaurants in this area open a can and make their salsa. We take tomatoes, we roast the tomatoes, we roast the onions. That's how we make our salsa.
And when that freshly made salsa hits the table, all hands start reaching for chips.
It has that homemade, fresh feel to it. I like that.
That's how they make it in Mexico. That's how we make it here. We don't open a can and make our salsa.
Another popular item here, guacamole.
Guacamole. Look at the table, they make it fresh. It's really good.
Chef Drew Ward also enjoys Mexican food, even though he studied classic French cooking in culinary school. He worked in some fancy restaurants in New York, but really likes Frank Schiavelli's push for authentic dishes.
I don't think there's anywhere in Charlotte you're going to get any turkey like this, that's for sure.
Drew's talking about a turkey taco they tasted in Mexico. The turkey is fried in lard, along with garlic, chilies, caramel sauce, and Coke.
Coca-Cola. This is actually a pretty classic thing, evidently. So it's pretty interesting. You get a little sweetness, you get a little heat from the chilies. When we sear it on the flat top, we get a really nice crust on it.
It's served with corn tortillas, so you can make your own tacos. Frank Schiavelli loves it.
The turkey's ridiculous. That's amazing.
So another authentic Mexican dish added to Cantina 1511's menu.
What we're doing from a culinary standpoint is taking you on a quick trip to Mexico, and more specifically different regions of Mexico.